Can
Hello?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. How are you?
I'm stressed.
Stressed? Why are you stressed?
It's a lot. My mom's diagnosed with a chronic condition, pretty bad chronic condition, and then I go back to school in 5 weeks. So,
Oh
and
my
then,
gosh. So you're definitely stressed.
yeah. And it's a 17 credit semester, so I know it's going to be a lot.
Oh, that just like makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, and I'm doing peer enrollment coaching. I'm in financial aid trying to get help. I'm also have no health insurance right now, so I'm like,
Oh
uh,
my gosh.
I'm all over the place.
Wow. So I can see why you're definitely stressed.
Yeah,
Definitely. Okay,
especially,
let's Oh, sorry, go
especially
ahead.
getting Medicaid. Ooh, it's a nightmare.
Yes, it's definitely exhausting. I totally get that. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll have a quick moment of silence and then we'll get to it. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, let's get to it. So your name is Caitlin, correct?
Yeah,
Perfect. How old are you?
26. Just turned 26 last month.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Perfect. So 26, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate how stressed you feel?
probably an 8.
An 8. Okay, let's do it. So we'll just ask, what is the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that is causing you to feel so stressed? 3. So the first emotion is confusion. When did this pretend 20, 26, 5, 4, 3, age 23? We need to know more about this. So we'll just go ahead and release that. And then if you recognize any of these emotions, just let us know.
Yeah, confusion. Yeah, that was at a life point where I just didn't know what I was doing at all. And
Wow,
I
that
was
makes
like,
sense.
and you were just like, and that was pandemic times too. So I'm thinking that's right at the beginning of the pandemic, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, let's keep going. What's the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that is causing you to feel so stressed? 5. Blaming. So this is like blaming yourself for other people's issues or,
Oh,
being
yeah.
blamed. When did this pretend to 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more about this. Let's go ahead and release that.
Oh, yeah. Disabled life. That happens.
Dang it. Okay, let's go ahead and ask what's the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that's causing you to feel stress? Maybe on 1. Abandonment. When did this pretend age 10? We need to know more about
Hmm.
this. Let's go ahead and release that. Release that. What's the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that is causing you to feel stress? Maybe 2. Disgust. When did this pretend to age 8? We need to know more about this. Let's go ahead and release that.
Yeah, that's the moment where kids see you differently.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. What's the biggest stress now that is causing this, causing you to feel stressed? 6. Longing. So it can be like longing for a situation, longing for a person, all of that. When did this pretend in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, age 5? We need to know more
Yeah,
about
didn't have
this.
friends all my childhood. That's
Aw,
what.
dang
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You can
Especially when
release
you're
that.
little,
Yes, what's the biggest?
when I was little, I was in a speech. It was like a therapy session, but it was with forced friendships, so it wasn't realistic. And then those people didn't want to stick around.
Aw, dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, let's keep going. What's the biggest trapped emotion you can release now that's causing you to feel stress? Maybe 1, 3, 5.
Hi to know.
Terror. Huh?
Oh, I
Good to
see a
know.
friend in the comments.
Oh, hi. When did this present in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, age 5? Do you need to know more about this? Let's go ahead and release that. We
It's
got a
funny that
session
it's all
today.
happening at 5. That's when I started talking.
Sometimes when Because a lot of this, I feel like, is not necessarily yours, but it is yours. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like
Um,
others put on me.
yeah. Like you absorbed it from somebody else. So let's keep going. What's the biggest trapped emotion release now that is causing you to feel stress? We have 3, rejection. When did this pretend 2029, 2016, age 16? Do we need to know more about this? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. You recognize that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Release that. What's the biggest trapped emotion for release now that's causing you to feel stress? 5. Unsupported. When did this 10 to 97, age 7? We need to know more about this. Let's go ahead and release that.
I don't remember that one, but yet again, a lot happened.
That's okay. That's okay. The nice thing about the emotion code is that even if you don't recognize the emotion itself, you still get the healing from it, which is my favorite thing. So, all right, let's keep going. What's the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that's causing this, causing you to feel stress? 5. Wishy-washy. Wishy-washy can be like doing something without a backbone. So, when did this pretend to 97, age 7? We need to know more about this. Let's go ahead and release that. I feel like that's kind of like getting out of your comfort zone.
I moved when I was 7, so that could be it.
That.
And also, it was a new school system, so that could be it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's keep going. What's the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that is causing you to feel stress? 3. Crying. Crying can be like the emotion of crying, or it could be like suppressing your emotions so much that it's just like, you have a lot bottled up. So when did this occur? 10, 20, 26, 5, 4, 3, age 23. We need to know more about this. Okay, let's go ahead and release that.
Sometimes it's hard for me to figure out emotion to begin with. So sometimes I could be bottling it up and I just don't know what I'm even experiencing.
You know what? That's actually something that I was going to say, because it's almost like it can also be like just like all of this, not necessarily like an overwhelm. It's just like you don't know what emotion it is. So you just like, whatever, I'm just shoving it down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the biggest trapped emotion release now that's causing you to feel stressed? 5. Conflict. When did this person age 10? We need to know more about this. Okay, let's go ahead and release that.
Yeah, bullied at 10. Yep.
Did we release that? What's the biggest trapped emotion? All right, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around, and a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it? Just kidding, you don't have to. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the most severe, how would you rate how stressed you feel?
I feel like around like a 5 or 6.
Yay! That's still a huge improvement. Let me ask,
better.
what is the biggest trapped emotion currently now that's causing you to resist into dealing with this stress, this feeling of stress? 3. Self-abuse. So being really hard on yourself. When did this person, age 20? We need to know more about this. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we release that? What's the biggest? All right, yeah, your body's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So
my body's like thinking like, slide. Self-abuse is a lot with me. Ugh. I need to stop doing that. I'm working on that, but it's like I also didn't have therapists who treat me in the best of ways, so that also kind of harmed me a bit. So I'm working on it, and I'm luckily in getting help. So hopefully within a few months, this will start to get better again.
Yeah.
With time. Though I'm writing
course.
now, so I journal. That's how I tried. When I try to feel something, I'm like, okay, I'll journal and see what comes out today.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's amazing. Well, it was a pleasure to work with you, and
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I hope you have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.